Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver, and today we're playing Beauty, and before we get into it, I just have a small announcement. Because of my finish with the Pro Club this year, I have been invited to compete in the Fall Championships. I was ranked 11. Technically I was tied for 8th, because from 8th to I think 12th are all tied for 31 points. But everyone, the top 4 finishing pros get to compete in the Fall Championships. Some 4 of the discretionary invites were earmarked for the top finishing pros, and there was enough people that are already qualified for Worlds or the champs already, and yeah, so the invite got to go down far enough, and I was invited because of that. But yeah, so that's very exciting, and that'll be taking place tomorrow at I believe coverage starts at 9 a.m. on the main Storybook Brawl channel. And yeah, so go and check that out if you're interested. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get into this game. We're on 3.0 now. We took a couple dwarves here. Dwarves I think are very good on Beauty, specifically doubly, because like the alignment based supports just adds so many stats to a doubly. Also I don't mind crafty just because it scales so well with the game if you're getting treasures. And level 2 treasures are a little bit better on Beauty just because there's two power orbs on level 2 for Beauty, which is very nice. And so yeah, we've got a couple unicorns, and we've got a couple of these minotaurs, giving our board +2/+2. Yeah, this shop is a little bit awkward. Spellweaver is okay, but I think we're gonna roll past this shop. I mean, the Sure Shot is also not bad. It's got some decent power as a ranged character, but I figure we want to look for more relevant characters, and so we take a roll and we get a level 2 triple on our unicorn here, and we get access to both power orbs. Both of the those level 2 treasures act as exactly like power orbs, since everything is good, and all your evil stuff affects your good stuff as well. So. Yeah, essentially it just makes the level 2 treasure pool just a little bit more potent. And yeah, we've got a bunch of stats thanks to these minotaurs and this upgraded unicorn. So we're staying nice and healthy early here, even though we're down a card on board. And here I think we're gonna take the lucky. Again, I like dwarves on Beauty just because they actually get a lot of cross synergy from different things. Being able to put stats on them from other sources ends up being very strong. But also we're looking at this TLK. I'm not sure that I want to keep the Princess White around, even though, like I said, I don't mind dwarves on Beauty, but also we don't want to commit to it super hard, and I'm not sure that we want to just roll and see if we can find something else at this point. I think getting a 4 this turn might just be better. And so we are gonna fire off that TLK, and then there's we get a triple in the next shop, which makes me regret the TLK just a little bit. But also we get extra toughness on this dragon because of our unicorn, which means it's gonna value trade. So it's definitely not the worst outcome. We get some pig gold out of that combat as well. All right, so we get to triple our minotaur, and we got a reduced cost mummy in the shop there. These are not the greatest spells here. Crown of Atlas is pretty useless on Beauty. So it's between Big Book and Hermes Sandals, and we don't really care that much about attacking first here. Like there's a world where we could take Hermes Sandals and just look for Copycat, but I don't think that's what we want to do. So we're just gonna take Big Book for the utility. And a 6/7 Friendly Spirit is very, very good. So I think that's what we're gonna be taking here, and probably just casting the spell. Just figuring out exactly where it fits on board. Yeah, we're gonna cast the Fireball here. I'm considering locking for the River Wish just because we have this this dragon that already has some stats on it, but I don't think it's worth the lock there. All right, we had an excellent Fireball there. Taking out 2 ranged characters with our Fireball is fantastic. Alright, we get a cheap Brave Princess, so we just get to pull it out of the pool, and we get a Godmother. Godmother, of course, is fantastic with Beauty. So any summons are gonna be very, very valuable. And that's one of the ways that you can put stats on dwarves. Like you can play, if you play like Godmother and say like Greedy, you play Greedy in like slot 5 or whatever with Godmother in the back row, then Greedy just stacks up a bunch of health and you can get some decent econ that way. Alright, this tiger looking pretty scary. They've got lock, chest, and sarcophagus already. So that's absolutely terrifying. Alright, fortunately, they are playing a Lucky in the back row. We don't get our 4 glory, but we don't lose any health there either. So getting out of that combat without taking damage is very fortunate for us. Alright, now we're gonna triple our crafty and get a 3rd level 2 treasure here. I don't mind Secret Stash or Fairy Tale here, and because it's our 3rd treasure, I actually don't mind daggers. I think we're just gonna go with Fairy Tale. We're nice and healthy. I think the value from Fairy Tale is just worth it. Considering partying to compound those shop stats, but I decide against it. I think we're gonna take the Amy here. It's just a big ranged character. Again, we can, and putting a bunch of like health on it is pretty strong. Just because it increases the likelihood of it getting multiple attacks. Alright, there we get a triple on our mummy. And it's going to be treasure map, so we can get out a big book now. I think I like Fairy Tale just a little bit better. Like, the big book is good for utility and all, but definitely not something that we need for our game plan. There's quite a few stats over there. That Zippy already has an Ivory Owl. But again, we escaped the combat without taking any damage against 2 boards that are kind of high rolling. All right, and we get a Lancelot. And Lancelot is going to be relatively easy to get the quest done with this Godmother. We're also going to take Wombats because we can throw stats onto Wombats from our Godmother. It's going to be even better than normal, and I just like Wombats in general. At this point, I'm not feeling extremely strong, so I think we're not going to take the 4 glory here. Right now, I'm just debating whether it's worth it to 4 glory or to roll and see if we can lock a triple or lock a Nian or something like that, just in case our Lancelot doesn't go. The chance of Lancelot actually getting the treasure is like, or getting the proc this turn is actually relatively low, just with only a single Godmother. Like we would have need to get the friendly spirit stats onto it as well. But we do get a slay and it survives. Unfortunately that hippo in their front row is just a little bit too big. Fortunately we do take it out, so we don't take golden damage from that fight. Alright, there's the second Godmother, which we are definitely going to take. That's going to help us get our Lance treasure next turn. Our board's going to be relatively weak, but like it's going to be a little bit weaker just because we're playing both Godmothers in the back row and no ranged. And also I'm looking at the shoulder fairies. It's 1919, which is pretty solid. I mean, obviously it'll get bigger as we get bigger units, but I'm not sure that 5 gold for 1919 is necessarily worth it. But I mean, it would have played over the friendly spirit, although friendly spirit also plays pretty well on the on this board just because it collects health before it actually dies in general. We're gonna take a baby bear. It's just gonna give us more Godmother activations. Also, I didn't really mention it, but Lightning Dragon is excellent with this Godmother setup because it attacks before anything happens, and then puts toughness on the rest of our team before even they get to attack. So, all right, and again, we don't win that, so we made the right call, not taking the 4 glory, or maybe wait, that was last turn. Okay. Anyways, we get a level 7 treasure here, which I mean, I think it's just got to be Holy Grail. The magic sword is okay in certain spots, but I think it's like the most unexciting and maybe even the worst level 7 treasure. Just because like it's good on like Good Boy and it's fine on Tweedle and fine on Burnbeard, but yeah, outside of that, and even then, like those are not like game winning setups. They'll stabilize you for sure, but yeah. And yeah, this turn we're basically just trying not to take any damage if we can help it. We added another wombat, and yeah, we've got our lance in 5, so we're hoping that that's gonna be that's gonna get enough toughness to get a couple slays or something later. One of the wombats turning into a baby bear was fantastic, and then turning into a baby dragon and being able to attack their range in the back row. And we locked the TLK from last turn just to try and see what if we could get some direction out of TLKing our lance. And we find a Lordy, so it is direction, but it's not the direction we want to go in. Alright, we got a staff out of our tripled wombats here. I mean, in general with Holy Grail turns, we're mostly looking to pick up trees. I take Echo Woods a lot more aggressively on Beauty specifically, just because it fits into so many more comps. Like I'm way happier playing like an Echo Wood in a pumpkin, or even a good boy, or potentially a pumpkin comp than I am on other heroes. All right, yeah, we're finally getting some trees as we're getting down to our last 20 seconds here, and there's another Echo Wood. Also, we got a Pandora's Box and an Ivory Owl this turn, and now we're gonna take a Mimic and get out of this this staff as our turn winds down. Staff did quite well for us, and we assembled a pretty good tree board here. Double Burnbeard, only an unupgraded Ashwood, but our Echo Woods are nice and large. Excuse me, are nice and large, which they're also gonna see the stats from wombats. Again, this is the Celestial Tiger. They must have gotten treasure map out of their lockbox into a world tree. So now they've got sarcophagus, or the Celestial Tiger boosted sarcophagus into a world tree, and we get a black prism out of our box, which is definitely not the most exciting 7 in this spot. But we'll see if we can do something with it here. We're definitely going to slam a good boy here. Good boy just fits super well into this comp. Putting good boy putting stats on our Echo Woods as well as Burnbeard and wombats is going to be a huge boost to stats. And yeah, we're just gonna Merlin's test everything here, and we have the ghost fight, so we're gonna play this Herc and try and get another level 6 treasure. We wouldn't mind replacing this Black Prism. Although a Black Prism Knighthood or Evil Twin would be pretty spicy. All right, we get the first attack with our good boy, which gets enough power onto Herc for 2 shots, and he gets there in 2. So we're gonna get a level 6 treasure next turn. All right, and I consider here it's between Phoenix Feather. I'm considering replacing Black Prism with Phoenix Feather, but we do have an Evil Twin in the shop, so I mean we're going to be able to see more level 6s. So we are just going to skip there, and of course we do have Mimic Prism, so yeah, we're going to get a bunch of copies of things here. We're going to get 2 copies for everything, which means 4 copies of Echo Wood. So that's why we're selling as much as we can here, just so to try and get as much value as we can out of our Evil Twin. And we'll take a Mimic Spear now. All right, we get to triple our good boy, and I think I wouldn't mind Phoenix Feather over the spear. I think at this point, I think that's the only other level 6 that I would take, but unfortunately we don't see one. But we do get a third golden Ashwood and still no Phoenix Feather. And we take a good boy. And fortunately for us, the Celestial Tiger still hasn't found any meaningful like tribal stat boosters. No Lordies, no Ashwoods. No good boys, no Oni Tyrants. I'm not sure if they're being maybe a little bit too picky with their shops, or just like literally nothing is showing up. But it's working to our benefit at this point in time, as we have just thousands and thousands of stats over here. They do have some scam going on though. They've got a few Medusas out of that pumpkin. But that court wizard not having any attack is really really damaging them. Unfortunately, our green knight puts enough health on the statue that their Medusa does get a second attack at the or another attack at the end there, but the statue's still there to block it. This goes to show that that supports are a good way to counter Medusa. And yeah, we're just gonna play the 3 golden echo woods because I mean we've got the golden ashwood with the double golden burn beards. We'll play a Pigomorph just for good measure, and also the golden good boy. We're just gonna get a ton of stats onto these echo woods. All right, and again, apparently they just don't find anything. I suspect that they're maybe not taking the things that are maybe like lesser, that seem like lesser build arounds, like the Oni tyrants, or something. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate for them if they just really literally never found a single thing that worked with World Tree other than these 2 pumpkins and a single court wizard. Because I think it would have been really nice to have a more spirited fight against a World Tree board, because I think this board competes with a lot of World Tree boards. But yeah, there we have it. It looks like an Excalibur board, but it isn't. It's just a classic Holy Grail into Mimic Black Prism Evil Twin board. And yeah, we take the victory in a dominant fashion there. Again, I would like to see a stronger World Tree board to go up against our final comp here, but yeah, it just doesn't always work out that way, and yeah, we just kind of crushed them at the end there. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this or found it educational at all, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel and it really helps me out, and I appreciate it. And yeah, again, we're approaching 500 subscribers. Once we get there, I'll be doing a giveaway for 2 700 gem codes. Just codes that I've accrued from day 2ing tournaments and whatnot, and also as a result of day 2ing tournaments and whatnot. It's just another reminder that I'll be playing in the fall champs tomorrow. So if you're watching, look out for me, I guess. And yeah, let's hope I can take this last shot at Worlds and punch a ticket to the Bahamas. That'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you all have a good day, whatever time of day it is. I hope it's good for you, and I'll see you tomorrow.